That's great. I mean, I think that's you want to challenge yourself against the top teams, and you know, it's important that, you know, mentality, discipline. You know, we come to win this game as Salford are going to win this game. So, you know, from a neutral's point of view, it sets itself up for a, you know, a fantastic game.
Why do you think Salford are top? Clearly, they've got more points than everybody else, but why have they got more points? Have they got better players than everyone else? What is it?
I think defensively they're very strong. I don't see them conceding many goals. I see them winning lots of games, 1-0, 2-1. And I think defensively they're a very, very solid unit.
Yeah, I think the stats would back you up. They've got the best defensive record in the division, the best defensive record away from home.
Yeah.
But don't score that many goals, you're right. They only win games pretty narrowly, so the opposition is always in the game against Salford.
Yeah, they haven't got John Parkin in the team that scores 25 goals, but equally having a strong defence is as good as having a John Parkin. It sort of wears itself out and it's proven to work. So, you know, we've got to look at them. You know, they are ahead of everybody because they do things better in that department, and we've got to make sure that we become better as well.
So what have you got to do to try and beat them on Saturday?
Not concede, obviously, that's a priority. Make sure that when chances come around, I think it'll be a game of, you know, whoever takes a chance on the day will come out on top. I think, you know, chances, you know, will be very, very tight, so I think we've got to be better than them in both boxes to win the game.
And you've got Alex Patterson back as well, which will be a huge boost for you.
Yeah, it's great. You know, he gives us a great injection of energy and you know, sort of a desire to just go and change a game, and he was great. And you know, we've missed him. There's no question about that. But we've also picked some good results while he's been away, and you know that he's with us now to the end of the season, which is it's another big sign.
You've always been confident of getting him back, but until he actually comes back and he's in the building and he's training with you, is there always that little bit of a nagging doubt at the back of your mind?
It was. I was transfer deadline day. I rang his agent more than I rang my wife. It was unbelievable. He must have been sick, and I must say, you know, thank you to Middlesbrough Football Club, Drake Little, especially at Middlesbrough. Personally, he's went over and above to make this happen for us, and we have a very good relationship there. We do, from sort of our chairman right through to their chief exec. And you know, they've been great to work with, and you know, they've stood by the word. You know that if nobody comes in from before deadline day closes, he can come back to York. So, you know, we're very thankful of that.
We all saw what he could do at the back end of last calendar year, just after Christmas as well, start of this year. But what extra do you think he can give to your team that's been missing while he's not been here?
I just feel he gets you up the pitch. I think his decision making on the ball. I think he's got a real good final ball in his game. You know, whether it's a pass, whether it's a cross. I'd like to see him add some goals to his game now he's here for the remaining part of the season. But his energy, I think he come with a carefree attitude, the occasion, and it was great to see somebody come out of the academies that didn't really let what was happening in the stands concern him. You know, I think the bigger the occasion, the better he becomes, and I think this game was a perfect environment to put him back into the squad.
And what can you do to help him along in his career? What's the difference between him coming here and playing for under-23s at Middlesbrough?
Well, I think he's got to learn how to manage senior football. I think it's a total different environment, a different way we style of play. It's all about winning, as much as 23s is getting more and more that way. But I think, you know, we've got to get promoted, and he's got to learn to understand how to get a team promoted. And it's not always what he does on the ball; it's equally what he does off the ball, which will help his all-round game develop. After
the game at Tamworth, you also mentioned you're hoping to get a striker in. What's the latest with that?
Yeah, we're working hard today. You know, we waiting on the phones ringing. We've got 1 or 2 irons in the fire, so we're looking. But you know what we have got, we've got 2 or 3 new bodies in the building today that we looked at as well. And you know, the squad, we had a squad of 20 outfield players to work with today, and the competition for places is getting higher and higher.
As the player you were targeting the weekend, has that fallen through?
No, it hasn't. But we've got 1 or 2 other players in the build, as I said to you today, and you know, they've given me food for thought for this weekend as well.
So you think you will have at least one of those in the squad this weekend with signing up?
I hope one into the squad yet to sign for the weekend, yeah.
Okay. Can we talk about off-field issues? About the Supporters Trust, the meeting on Monday night. I know you weren't there. When we spoke to Dave Penny around about a month ago, we asked him if some of the issues off the field if they were being talked about within the camp. Without going into too many details, now there was 2 players there, so they'll be aware of some of the issues. So I'm guessing now it is talked in the camp, and does that then become a distraction to the players when really all they want to be concentrating on is playing for 90 minutes on Saturday afternoon?
It's not mentioned around the building. It's not mentioned. I'll be honest about that. It's not. You know, I think players have got to focus on 13 games for the playoffs. And I think, you know, I don't understand enough of it, and that's me being honest. Otherwise, I would have my say. but equally, you know, I think, you know, we just got to focus on what we're doing here.
And you've not had any players talking about it then?
No, there's not. You know, you say it's about Salford, and that's the most important thing.
A win on Saturday, I think you can go back into the top 5, can't you? 4 or 5. And it's important you do, because those other teams you're now going to have to be looking back on Tuesday evenings. So most of the teams have got games in hand on you, haven't they?
We have, yeah. You've got to focus on what we do, and what we've got to do is win games. I think, you know, if you're relying on getting into the playoffs on the back of other people's failure, then, you know, you're not doing your job right. You know, you're aware of it, but, you know, the most important thing is that, you know, you are focused on the Saturday's game, and that's a priority.
One more question about Salford. Do you think it's this part of the season now where the pressure will maybe start to tell on Salford? I'm not saying they'll affect their results, but they know they're pretty close, aren't they, to getting promoted now this season?
I think you see performances and results come through. It affects lots of teams. You know, you look at Gainsborough. You know, they beat Chorley's. They weren't beating Chorley's 3 or 4 months ago. You see some real shock results come through at 5 o'clock on a Saturday, and I think that's just a mentality. Team that's just dropped out the playoffs. You know, you look at Blythe Spartans. You know, they're on a great run and they've just dropped away. But you can't take anybody for granted. Anybody will beat anybody on the day, and you've about who can be the focused, maintain that we've got so much to play for, and we've strengthened our squad hopefully at this right time to give us that final push.
Brilliant. Thank you.
Cheers, chaps.